You are watching Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next is the May 8th meeting for the Michigan City Board of Aviation Commissioners. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Okay, let's call this meeting to order. This is the Board of Aviation Commission meeting. The Michigan City Airport Terminal Building. Time is 1 p.m. Today is Thursday, May 8, 2025. The members of the board present here, Greg Quinn, Kirk Conner, myself, T.Y. Oakson, Jeff Bartlett is absent. We do have a quorum. Others present, Jessica Ward, airport manager, and Paul is not here, but Dave Pixie is represented, BSNF.
BFNS.
BFNS. It's the other way around.
I got the BS. You don't really want to hear it.
BFNS. Good correction, thank you. Got that. Paul Wadger is LPA volunteer. All right, and our cameraman is also present. So I just looked at the minutes 4 minutes ago. Did anybody else get a chance to look at minutes?
I did see them, and I wasn't present for the meeting, but
I was. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
a second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, all right, motion carries. Okay, so,
Count balances, you ready?
yes.
All right. So, we are currently under our projected monthly budget in all budget lines except for telephone. Our AWAS landline from AT&T went up to almost $300 a month. And the reason being, they're trying to get rid of it. So you know how they're increasing it until I say, oh, fine, I'll get rid of it. So that's what's happening. They're trying to get rid of all their phone lines down Muir Road, so they want us to switch to something else. I talked to our AWAS tech that was just here with the FAA for our triennial inspection, and he said that there are at least 4 or 5 other airports that have gone to this one company that is doing cellular for AWAS. And so the FAA inspector said that that would be fine, that we could switch over to that. And so I sent over that gentleman's name. That's like the project manager for that. I sent it over to Andy, our IT director here for the city. And so he's gonna call him and try and get us in with that, with the cellular network. So we should be fine there. And that hopefully is gonna obviously lower the cost of our, that's why we're over. We're over $400 if you look on the sheet.
Wow.
On the sheet. And so then by the end of the year, I'm hoping that we'll be in the green after we switch over that,
Mike
because it
Showalter's
should
a
be
good
nothing.
guy. He'll help you along with that.
Yeah, he's the FAA, he's our FAA
He
inspector.
was mine too, and I loved him.
He's great. I think he's gonna retire at the end of this year though. Hey Nancy.
I might try to get him.
Oh, are you? Yeah, that'll be cool. So yeah, that's,
Just a pause a little bit, correct the information. Nancy Moldenauer is the council liaison, is now present.
yes, Nancy, welcome to the meeting. Fuel sales. Overall, we sold 1,398.7 gallons of 100 low lead, 2,682.8 gallons of Jet A, and 165.7 gallons of UL 94 in April. Our runway wasn't shut down. I think it was shut down for 3 days in April, so we're missing 3 days of fuel sales there. But May is going to be, where we're hit the most because we're down half a month. So we'll see how that goes in May. So our fuel prices are $4.99 for self-service avgas, $5.14 for full-service avgas, $3.99 for self and full-service Jet A, and $6.45 for self-service UL 94. I know we're cheapest with UL 94 and with Jet A, and avgas we're pretty close. I think Max has a speed just by a tiny bit, if I remember right. Let's look. Yep, $4.50 and $4.99. But look at Valpo, they're at $5.85, so that's a big difference in fuel prices across the board right here in Northwest Indiana. Airport manager.
Good. Good.
Our FOP pancake breakfast date has been set. Is everybody excited and ready? Sunday, August 10th, from 7 to noon. Sunday, August 10th. Paul, I see you over there putting it in your calendar
I sure
right now. Great. So that's when the FOP is gonna come out and do their pancake breakfast date. So now we do have a day for our airport day. Airport day, the public's gonna be invited to, as well as the pancake breakfast, but it's a day we're gonna have food trucks and other fun-related aviation activities for all ages, and that's gonna be on Sunday, July 13th, 2025. Those are our fun dates.
What was the second one?
July 13th, Sunday, July 13th is Aviation or Airport Day, and then August 10th is the FOP pancake
What time
breakfast.
is that breakfast?
It's from 7 to noon. Yeah.
And the airport day?
Airport Day, we do not have a time scheduled, but it will go out soon.
How about-
We have the date, okay?
How about
Be
we
happy for it.
suggest, how about we suggest that airport day
Yeah,
starts at like 8 o'clock and go all the way to 5.
8 to 5.
That's, I want to sleep in a little.
Yeah, that's a long Aviation Airport Day, but
Open it up for those who can't make it in the morning,
sure.
so they can come in the afternoon.
Okay,
I'll be here.
there you have it.
Probably 8 to like 2 p.m. or something.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, it should be fine. We'll figure it out, and whenever we can get food trucks here and activities and things like that, and we'll work around that time, so. But it'll go out all over. We have Facebook, our city Facebook, everything else, so it should be well attended. And we made sure that nothing else was going on that day around town, which is also very important, because we don't like to compete with our own city events, obviously. So farming property south of Highway 20 update. In your folder, I have a exhibit. I don't have it in my own folder, but I have it in your folder. And the exhibit shows addition to the temporary easement that they need for the water main project. So I had to meet on the construction site again with Woodruff and Sons, because NDOT gave them a specific location that they're allowed to access the property. And that was different than where they were planning on accessing the property. And so now they need an additional, so if you look at the exhibit, this like frontage area is the addition right here.
What's the addition?
The addition is this frontage area across here. This, they already have this .012 acres. They already requested that, and I talked to the farmer was okay with that. But now they need to, because they were gonna access from over here to get there, and NDOT said, nope, you're gonna access way down at the other end of the property. So now they have to be able to drive vehicles up and down the front of that property.
What's
So-
NDOT's interest in that?
It's Highway 20.
Yeah, it's Highway 20,
That's
so.
right, it's on the clover leaf.
It's too close to the clover loop for them to enter where they wanted to, so they're making them go down to the other side of the property and enter the property from there. So the cool thing is, so the .12 the farmer already knows about. So the rest of it, I need to discuss with the farmer still, but the water department is gonna pay them, or whoever, Hassan, so I don't know which one, whichever group, they're gonna pay the farmer to reimburse him for lost farming land if the acreage was affecting like where he was farming already. I think he's already fertilized and everything, so he already knows where he's planning on farming. So I just need to meet with him, and he will be reimbursed for that, like lost revenue or
But
crops.
what I read, he's gonna fertilize.
It was the end of April. Yeah, that's what I said, he's already fertilized, so. So yeah, so I'm just gonna meet with him and I'll let him know. So that's the acreage amount, it's .66. That's the acreage amount that he'd be reimbursed for if he was planning on farming those specific locations. So that's a meeting I'll have with him. And so that's the update on that, but they did get a notice to proceed for the project. And also the AWAS high frequency antenna installation. The high frequency antenna has been installed on the tower at the AWAS site. That was done last week. We're hoping that that fixes the issue of the transmission, obviously not being heard at 5 miles out. The city street department dropped off a bucket truck for our AWAS tech to use in order to mount it, because of course it's on top of that red and white checkered, tall and, whatever that is out there, I don't even know, tower? I call it a tower. A new radio has also been installed at the site, so there's no other things to do. So we're hoping that that fixes the problem, but I'm not sure yet because nobody can fly it because all of our tenants are grounded until the project's over. So as soon as somebody can fly it, then we'll know. I actually asked Bill Isley because he's got a Skyhawk over at LaPorte while the project's going on. So I said, hey Bill, if you feel like it, fly around and see if you can hear it better. And then Tom from Flight Saga also has a plane over at LaPorte. He moved the plane from here there. So I asked him also to check and see if he's out flying around here, if he can hear better. So that's all I'll know before the project's over, because all of our tenants obviously are based here and stuck until it's done. So that's that.
Okay. And you had a comment on that date fixes so that you.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you want me to talk about airport stuff? Or
Go right ahead.
Sure.
Just support on here to support.
Okay.
Fill in the blanks if I can.
Sure. So for airport development, we have runway 220 extension. The intent to use fiscal year 2025 NPE funding was submitted to the FAA. That was actually done before the last meeting, so I talked about that last one too. Or maybe Paul did when he was here. For the runway crack sealing and surface coat, we do have a action item, which is motion to approve AIP 29, partial pay request number 3. I put that in everybody's folder. So if you all want to take a look at that, I didn't put it in my own, but I put it in everybody else's. The total pay request number 3 is in the amount of $3,540.35. FAA is $3,186, NDOT is $177.02, and local is $177.33. We're not paying the contractor yet for the project until it's complete, so that'll be probably on the next agenda. So this is just a small pay request that we have this month.
Go ahead. I move we approve the letter of transmittal for is it 29?
Yep.
Yeah, 29. Federal, $3,186. State, $177.02. Local, $177.33. Total, $3,540.35.
I'll make a second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Awesome. So the contractor started on 4/28. The runway was scheduled to be closed through 5/12, which is, it was gonna reopen on Tuesday. But we had a little issue, which I also gave everybody a copy of this lovely email. I know there's a lot, sorry. So there were some additional cracks that appeared since the initial crack assessment was conducted, which added 6,800 linear feet of crack repair. So that addition was discussed with the FAA. Joe gave permission for us to use the 15% grant amendment that we always have towards the overage. And then, so that's been done. They even had a little bit more than that even. They ran into a couple of rain delay days, and then they were waiting on mastic for a while as well. So they're requesting the additional days. So Paul was hoping, and I'm hoping, and we're all hoping really, that the board's okay with it, that we do not recommend doing the liquidated damages for that. Just because they can help it, and they're actually helping us out, so.
And I might add that the contractor wants this project to be as best as it can possibly be. And they have contributed material and labor above and beyond what they're obligated to do contractually. And I think what they're proposing is a good.
Is 15% gonna cover it?
That's the maximum that it's going to be.
But does
They're contributing.
No,
This is the Mandarin ditch.
Yeah.
It's taken everything we can put in.
Yeah.
They're still losing.
And it's just the cracks and the erosion that happens underneath goes straight down the crack, and some of them are 8 inches deep, and the washout washes out underneath it. And that then creates a bigger problem because we have pavement caving into the hole. So we are, the contractor is out there right now filling, this is their last run, I think, down the runway.
So if we hurry, then you guys can go see it be applied, because it's really cool.
Well,
We stood out there for
I've got a video that is just
fun.
almost, I'm a kind of a pavement geek, but it's kind of breathtaking because you've got, the lanes that go the whole length of the runway, and they're paved, 12 feet wide at a time, or whatever it is. And the cracks that develop in there, the pavements have lifted, one course has lifted and the other has held the same or sunken somewhat. And you've got this differential, this ledge that runs the whole length of the runway on both sides of it. My toll road pass again. Anyway, it has caused a differential and a dangerous situation. This thing goes in and fills the void and then kind of crowns a little bit to bridge it, if you will, with this mastic material that has aggregate in it and gives it some strength. I think I went out this morning and did a couple runs up and down at 80 miles an hour, which is typically of what you're going to see in aircraft or takeoff speeds and so on and so forth, and it's pretty good. It's not perfect, but you're going to have a good product, and that's the goal in this whole thing. And I was the milling that they did. They milled the ridges that were out there from previous repairs. And after I drove that, I thought, wow, what a difference. Because you could almost throw yourself up in the seat, and a little Citation or 172, that's a hard, high-pressure tire, and it's going to jar you hard. This will eliminate some of that, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I think you'll be very happy with it.
I used to land and it would pull me to the right.
Right.
Or if I came in on 2, it would swing me to the other side. So that would be.
I think you'll be happy. I don't really want to take you out there and run you up and down the runway while they're working, but I want you to see what's going on. I can't stay a lot past 2, but I want you to see. Go out and we'll take a look at it once we're done. It's an unfortunate situation, but we're making the best of what you got. And a couple extra days is due to rain, moisture, and just the situation, the additional labor that's required.
They said they put down roughly 80,000 pounds of mastic, which is 2 full semi-trailers, as well as over 22,000 pounds of crack sealant. So that's a lot.
You got 100,000 pounds of juju on your runway.
That is a lot. So,
Yeah, but
it'll be worth the extra 2 days that they're asking
you
for.
can't stop. I mean, you gotta do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
So I'll be reaching out to tenants. I already issued the NOTAM and changed it so the end date, so everybody can see the end date's been moved. So I did that already, and I let the skydivers know real quick, just so, because I know they make plans there. So I gotta let Tom know for Flight Saga, and then I'll just send an email out to the tenants saying that they need an additional 2 days.
So the end of the project is Thursday.
Yes, Thursday at 7 a.m.
Open Thursday, 7 a.m. If not before. If it can be earlier, it will be.
Okay.
Yeah.
But for
But that's
now,
what they requested, so.
I wanted to do one request. I don't want to keep nickel and diamond coming in here and looking like you're not knowing what you're doing.
So, yeah, so we expect the contractor pay estimate and change order for the next board meeting for those things.
Okay.
So that's the project. It's going really good though. I have my big hunk of mastic as my souvenir. I went out and picked it up. Oh my goodness. So fuel farm.
The original thing was, I believe, about 38,000 pounds of mastic. So that gives you some idea of the depth of what the additional is. So
Yeah, it's hot.
it is what it is. It just needs to be done, and we're gonna get it done.
Good.
And then our fuel farm, the BOT ordinance was passed by the city council, yay! Next step is submitting the revised proposal to the FAA to modify their version of the construction manager at risk. We talked about that last month. So we're just waiting for something from Joe back from the FAA saying, yes, no, maybe so. It should be yes, there should be no issues, so. That is the engineer report.
Okay. Thank you.
Nope,
Any business?
nope.
Okay, claims docket.
Claims docket, I do have here for everybody. We're another quiet month.
Okay.
And I sent that out, I got it from the controller's office at like 10, so I sent that out at 10, so I hope everybody had a chance to look at it. It's for $6,101.47.
Okay. Can I get a motion for that?
I'll make a motion, we approve the claims docket for $6,101.47.
I second the motion.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion carries.
The only other thing I have is I did send out land lease rent invoices to all of our tenants. I usually do that April, May, June, somewhere in there, whenever I can. So those have went out already, which is better than last year, so that's good. And the CPI index rose 2.9%. So there was just a small increase in land rent this year.
Okay. Correspondence?
None?
Okay, public comment?
I will say, I'm sure Jessica, you're aware of it, Michigan City Aviation is happy to help with the pancake breakfast however we can. Also, we had a meeting last night and we were planning on an event called Touch a Plane, which, where I used to live, the Public Works Department would have Touch a Truck, where you'd go out and touch all the big excavators and bulldozers and stuff. We thought about having a similar kind of thing where kids can come, just touch the plane, get inside, get excited about it. So it would seem logical to have that on the same day and have us help out with that.
Yay! For the aviation day, that would be
Correct,
awesome.
the aviation day, yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure you do it fair free, once you go.
Yes, for sure. And
T.Y. and Paul's plan will both be out here for Touch a Plane.
I'm curious inside and not doing inside. I can look at one.
we'll get there. Happy to hear about the radio and antenna. Can't wait to test it. I'm sure it's working great.
Yes.
Okay, did you have other concerns about that?
If they change the radio, that eliminates my concerns. Because they're, like Jessica said, what else could it be?
Yeah, like,
That's all the parts of it. So
All right. Cool, and then your event is still on
yes,
June
June
20th
20th.
to the 22nd?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. All right,
okay,
looks like we had a good meeting.
yeah.
We're at the end of it. Can I get a
It's kind of
motion?
quick today.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion carries. Thank you so much, everybody.
Hi.